Hi, I'm Heather Brown, Tantric coach, and I have a few stories I want to share with you. This first one is from a beautiful young woman who's originally from Cairo, Egypt. She's currently living in the U.S., and she's a writer and poet. Her name is Rania Naim. That's Ranianaim. I will put her website in the description below if you want to check that out. You're allowed to leave any story you don't find yourself in. You're allowed to leave any story you don't love yourself in. You're allowed to leave a city that has dimmed your light instead of making you shine brighter. And you're allowed to pack all your bags and start over somewhere else. And you're allowed to redefine the meaning of your life. You're allowed to quit the job you hate, even if the world tells you not to. And you're allowed to search for something that makes you look forward to tomorrow and the rest of your life. You're allowed to leave someone you love if they're treating you poorly. You're allowed to put yourself first if you're settling. And you're allowed to walk away when you've tried over and over again, but nothing has changed. You're allowed to let toxic friends go. You're allowed to surround yourself with love and people who encourage and nurture you. You're allowed to pick the kind of energy you need in your life. You're allowed to forgive yourself for your biggest and smallest mistakes. And you're allowed to be kind to yourself. And you're allowed to look in the mirror and actually like the person you see. You're allowed to set yourself free from your own expectations. We sometimes look at leaving as a bad thing or associate it with giving up or quitting. But sometimes leaving is the best thing you can do for yourself. Leaving allows you to change directions, to start over, to rediscover yourself and the world. Leaving sometimes saves you from staying stuck in the wrong place with the wrong people. Leaving opens a new door for change, growth, opportunities, and redemption. You always have the choice to leave until you find where you belong and what makes you happy. You're even allowed to leave the old you behind and reinvent yourself. Again, that was Rania Naim, and I will share her website below. She's an amazing writer. And so I want to share a couple things before I share what I wrote that I want to share with you. Her message that I just read, Rania's message, really spoke to me. I've been in many situations I had to walk away from, and it was sometimes the most difficult thing I ever had to do. And if I would have known where it would bring me today, I probably would have left sooner, but I don't really believe in mistakes. I think everything happens like it happens, and there's beauty in all situations, even if they're uncomfortable. So, but her story really touched me, and I hope that it spoke to you as well, and that if you're going through anything that doesn't feel right for you, that you will find the courage, like I have so many times, to just find a way. Be strong, be brave, ask for help, get counseling, whatever you need to do. And if you need any advice from me, I am a coach, and I've been where you're at many times, I assure you, and I know that it's very difficult to start over, but it's so worth it. It's very difficult, but so worth it. Okay, so I wrote this, and it comes from my heart, and I hope it means something to you also. Living a tantric lifestyle is treating everything as sacred and divine. That includes death. How do we practice treating all as sacred and divine? By allowing life to flow. By not hanging on to the past or longing. We practice Tantra through being present with our lives. How do we stay present? Through allowing stillness in each moment, day, week, and month. By honoring our need to rest and find quiet moments to pray, stretch, and meditate. By allowing our hearts to heal, mourn, cry, laugh, dance, and experience joy and bliss, often like a child, kitten, or puppy. Why do we stop being present or living in a loving and sacred way as children do? Because we were told to grow up, act like an adult, find a career or a job, stop crying, be quiet. We weren't given love or acceptance at home, school, or in public if we weren't good and quiet. We'd have a meltdown and we were put in timeout, or we were grounded if we didn't behave. Some of us may have had our mouths smacked or washed out with soap if we spoke our minds. We were shown that our true nature and opinions weren't safe, so we learned to conform and fit in. We slowly forgot we were divine beings. But it's okay to allow yourself space to heal those experiences. Parents and adults are just acting out what they learned as children. Traditions are passed down from generation to generation. But it's okay to forgive unconscious traditions and open our hearts to what's possible if, as a society, we learn to truly love ourselves for having feelings and needs that can feel so scary and painful. We can allow caring friends and families to help us heal those old wounds and allow ourselves and others to have their own divine healing and awakening if and when they are ready. Schedule time to commune with your holy self. Sing or chant sacred mantras like Ho'opono, thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And feel your own halo and your heart glow as other great masters have experienced. With daily non-judgmental practice, we can start to see all as divine and become masters of our experiences instead of living lives of quiet desperation. We can allow ourselves joy. We can allow ourselves and others to rest in peace here on earth and in the great beyond. We can cast off our tight-fitting, uncomfy roles and stop our judging minds. We can smile and cry at the beauty of everything. We can walk away from situations that harden our hearts and take away our joy. We can forgive others or ourselves for leaving when they or we needed to, even if it seems unfair. We can be grateful when they return, and we can accept it if they don't. Allow life to flow. Be in awe and wonder of it all. Scream and cry into your pillow, or go to the woods and cry and sit by a stream or a river, as I have many times. Let the birds, trees, and wind remind you of your divine self. Every time I feel like I can't go on anymore with life's tragedies, I find a way, and you will too. So last time I shared the meaning of Tantra, and I'm going to share that again with you, and then I'm going to share the pillars of Tantra life. Tantra is the most ancient spiritual practice in human history and involves exploring your personal identity. It's meant to help a person experience the truth and reality of oneself and the world. It's a natural discovery of our connection with divinity that exists within ourselves and inside everyone and everything around us. Tantra is a way of living an ordinary life that allows the divine existence to saturate your life with divinity. The pillars of living a tantric life that I'm going to share are from Ken, Wilber, and Dustin DiPerna. They are wake up, clean up, grow up, and show up. So waking up means meditation and self-inquiry practices to remember our true nature and wake up to the essence of the spiritual heart. Clean up means doing our shadow work and healing practices to remove the obstacles to living with an open heart and become whole beings integrated with our light and dark aspects in a harmonious way. And growing up means self-development practices to allow us to mature, take wider perspectives, and release more care in the world. Showing up means all of this is used in service of the whole. When we wake up, clean up, and grow up, we become vessels for the beauty of the divine to shine through us and bless the world around us. And I will share those pillars in the notes below if you want to find out more about that. So that's all I have for today. Please hit like and comment if this moved you in any way. I really appreciate your support with this journey of mine that I'm sharing with you. And hit the subscribe button. And I commend you for showing up for your life. Thank you and namaste. I'll be back in the future with more inspiration and transformation stories. I'll share you some of my stories as I feel comfortable. And also, I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.